Hey guys, Justin here from Simplified Investing. In this video, I wanted to discuss one of probably the most hard things that beginner traders face, and even advanced traders or experienced traders that also face, and this is going to be how to let your running positions run further, and ultimately it will help you so you do not cut your winners short, and vice versa, you let your runners or your losers run farther than you should. Before I get started, if you could like and subscribe to the channel, it would be greatly appreciated. If you are interested in getting our daily alerts, our course, and more, feel free to check out simplified-investing.com. We would love to have you guys on board. So getting started, basically what I mean by runners is going to be how you manage your winning trades. And what typically happens, and something that I'm sure you guys have all experienced, is you get into a position, it will shoot up, say 2% or whatever it might be with options, and then drop down into the red. So what I'm saying is that you'll be green for a little bit, and then it will go into the red, and then your emotions will be into that play. This is what I'm going to help you with, and something that I'll show you in a few steps to help you with, so you can help manage this position and better let your winning positions run while not letting your losing trades continue to fall to the downside. So again, the typical thing that happens, and what happens a lot of times before people even get stopped out, they enter into a position, it pushes up a little bit, and then you get that drop and it hits your stop loss. So you're in a green for a little bit, and then you hit that red. That is going to be more typical than getting into a position and it falls right away, and you're in the red without seeing any green. So again, like 70% of the time you'll see, hey, I get into this, I'm in the green for a little bit, and then it drops into the red, and you can't execute that fully because you didn't take advantage of that upside move that you did see. The first thing that you must do before this is you need to have a plan before entry. This is something that we stress with our private members, is you need to have a plan. Whether this plan is that you're scalping 10% on a position, whether this plan is like if we're looking at MU, for example, hey, if we go in on the 5-day, 5-minute, hey, I'm going to enter this position right here with a target price at this resistance at 71.91. You need to have those levels set. Otherwise, what happens is you'll enter a position, you won't know when to buy, you won't know when to sell, you won't know when to take a stop loss, whatever it might be. So you need to have this plan before you enter into a position. What I recommend doing is having your target price and then your stop loss and why you're trading this. You have to know why you're trading this, having your plan. Hey, this is this strategy that I'm using. I'm playing a power momentum gap strategy, which is something that we teach. If that's your strategy, then play with that strategy and have your target price and your stop loss. Both are very, very key to that position before you even get in. Now, once you do get in, how can you make sure to maximize your profit while minimizing your risk and reducing the amount of times that you'll get that green and then drop down? The one thing that you can do, and something that I preach to our members and something I recommend you guys doing, is utilizing runner positions. What do I mean by that? That means, say if you have 10 contracts and you see some green, don't be hesitant to take profit. So say you get up 3%, for example, on an option, whatever it might be, lock in and sell 4 out of 10. And what that does is you locked in profit, you reduce your position size, you lock in that profit, you minimize your risk, while also keeping those options out there with that ability to see more profit created if you do get a further run, for example. But what that will help you do is by locking that in, say you have call options, say it does drop, you can still take advantage of that move and you won't have as much risk in loss, for example, as since you already took profit on, say you could do 3 out of 10, you could do 5 out of 10, whatever you're comfortable with. But I really recommend utilizing runners, because what will happen is you'll get a little move here, you can lock in some profit, minimize your risk, and lock in that position without having to deal with that sudden drop, for example, if it does happen, and then lose out on that winning position. So again, utilizing runners. What are runners? They're going to be multiple contracts, and then you take profits in, say, 50%, 35%, whatever it might be, but you take profits as you see it. You don't just hold your whole position. That goes into another thing. You don't have to enter into your entire position at once. Say you're waiting for confirmation, you want to enter before, enter at 30%, then enter at 70%, combining for 100% of that position, and then take runners according to this. I can assure you that this will help you guys from seeing that initial green that you see and then drops to the red, and then it's a losing trade. So you can lock in profits on that initial move up here while minimizing your risk and also giving you the advantage to see more profit. Even if you do see a drop, you still lock in that money that you made. Now, what can you do from that? Say you keep getting gaps up, you get gaps up, and you're playing a call option, and you're at like 20%. You can continuously stagger those sells and just move your stop to break even. So say have a stop loss for part of those positions using an OCO bracket. You can have that stop loss at break even on one of those contracts. So say you got into a contract at $1, it's at $1.20. You can hit break or do break even and just follow the trend while putting in that order. If it does drop, you can get that filled out at $1 and break even on that last contract or last few contracts, while also locking in your profit. So follow the trend, set that break even. If you're playing a trend or a power momentum gap strategy that we use, set that stop loss on those last runners to break even and let your runners run, or wait until it breaks an uptrend or a downtrend with price action and volume. That's going to be the key thing. What happens is a lot of people will get in, they'll panic, they'll sell, and they'll sell early without having any reason for selling, and then they'll hold on to losses longer, hoping that they do turn green. I've seen it several times, so this should help you guys greatly. The next thing that you guys can do besides utilizing a runner position, and it's something that I also tell people if they don't want to utilize runners, or you can utilize runners and use this next strategy. It's going to be playing your position size accordingly. If you have a $1,000 account, do not put all 1,000 into one position. You will be so focused on the monetary value change that you will not be able to have that mental ability to execute on that trade. You'll just be thinking about your P&L, your portfolio moving up and down so fast. So what I recommend is the smaller account, or not the smaller account, the smaller position that you do play with, the better or the less emotions that you will have in that position. And what I mean is, so you have a $5,000 account size. If you play a $500 position, you won't have so many emotions involved into that. And this goes into taking profits and letting losers run farther. You'll be more cleared up mentally, and you'll be able to execute on your plan if you do play with a smaller position size. So again, smaller position size equals less emotions, equals more mental clarity and better execution. Also, you need to have a target price for each level in profit taking, because what happens is most will hold with hope, don't have any plan. They get into a position and say, I might take profit here, but it could keep pushing, then greed hits them, and vice versa. So you need to have target prices, whether it's the option monetary value of, hey, I want to make $50 on this, I want to make 7% on this option, or the technical side of things saying, hey, I want to hit this level here on Micron, for example, since I do have Micron's chart up here. I'm getting in here, I want to see Micron hit 72, and I will take profits there. That's an example of what you can do, but having these levels set will help you actually execute this rather than just buying, not know when to sell, not know when to enter, whatever it might be, because the entry and exit are going to be the two biggest parts into your trading. So make sure you have those levels set, and you want to know your levels to take profit, also your level for your stop loss, whether you're doing a percent stop loss or a level stop loss. Make sure to understand those before you get started. So you say, hey, I'm going to execute the buy here and I'm going to sell it here. That way it's flawless. You can just go through your system, find something that fits to your advantage or a strategy that has a higher probability of success than failing, and then execute on that. Don't let your emotions get into it. And if you do, again, utilize runner positions and smaller position sizing. The last thing, and probably the most important, is do not get impatient. So what I see is people will have these levels set. They will get into a trade. They're so quick to take profit, but they're so slow to take a loss. And what I mean by this, as soon as they see green, they're super excited, they're super happy, which you should be, but then they take profit right away and it continuously runs and they don't actually execute on their plan. Vice versa, if a position drops and you're in the red, they're holding it, saying, oh, I wonder if this could break even, and then it continues to drop. Oh, I hope it could break even. Essentially holding with hope. So again, you need to have set levels, execute off of those levels, and make sure you are patient. When you're sitting back here, let these levels unfold. Don't just sell because you're not seeing a movement right away that you want to. Set these levels, set your strategy and plan so you can execute it, and don't get impatient if you get 30 seconds without movement, for example. As long as it's still within your strategy and your plan of what you're utilizing, there's no reason to sell that position or sell that runner unless it does break your plan or entry. So with that being said, this is a quick little video on how to help you guys manage your positions and how to let your winning trades run further, while also helping you with those losing positions. Again, formulate a plan, utilize runner positions, also utilize smaller position sizing if you do not want to utilize runner system fully, and also having that plan before you do get in. With that being said, that wraps up this video. If you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you are interested in getting our course to teach you more about this, also our daily alerts, check out simplified-investing.com today. We would love to have you guys on board. Hope you guys have a great evening. And for those of you on the team, look forward to trading tomorrow. Thanks.